everyone, and I am Priya Maurya from class 7th, and this is our second part of the chapter 13th of science. So let's begin the next topics. So now our next topic is time period. So let's understand about time period. So now our topic is time period. So what is the time period? The time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation is called the time period. So now we will talk about formula. So the formula of time period is time taken upon number of oscillation. So let's come to the next topic. So now I will explain about units of time and speed, which is our next topic. So let's understand about it. So now our topic is units of time and speed. So the units of time is, the basic unit of time is seconds, and the larger units of time are minutes and hours. And now come to the units of speed. So the basic unit of speed is meter per second, and the other units of speed is meter per minute or kilometer per hour. So now our next topic is speedometers and odometers. So these devices are present in the vehicles. So let's understand about it. So now our topic is speedometer and odometer. Speedometer is a meter which indicates the speed of a vehicle, and the odometer is a meter which indicates the distance of a vehicle, and these both meters are present in the vehicles. Now our next topic is graph. Mainly there are only three types of graph: pie graph, line graph and bar graph. But we will mainly study about only line graph. So as I have told you, there are mainly three types of graphs, which is bar graph, pie chart, or we can say pie graph, and line graph. And what is graph? Graph is the information of any data that we understand by seeing at once. So let's understand what is line graph and its with its example. So there is an example of line graph. It is a line graph, and as you can see, this line graph, there is on the y-axis I have written distance, and on the x-axis I have written time in hours and distance in kilometers. So as you can see, on the y-axis I have written 1, and means 1 kilometer. It means we have covered 1 kilometers in 1 hour. And on the top of 1 you can see 2 is written there. 2 means 2 kilometers, and it means we have covered 2 kilometers in 2 hours. And then you can see the 3. It means we have covered 3 kilometers in 3 hours. And then there is written 4. It means 4 kilometers that we have covered in 4 hours. And then there is 5 and 6, and which shows we have covered 5 kilometers in 5 hours and 6 kilometers in 6 hours. And you can see that on the top there is scale written. Means we have to always write the scale, because it is very, very important. So what we have to write in scale? First we have to write y-axis or x-axis, and then we have to write its scale, means how many centimeters we have take for 1 hour or 1 kilometer. For example, I have taken 2 centimeters for 1 kilometer, and if we take the 4 centimeters, means it is 2 kilometer, and at the x-axis I have also taken the 2 centimeters for 1 hour. So we have to show these things in scale, and that's why it is very, very important to mention the scale. So now I will explain about distance time graph. I have not mentioned in the types of graph, but means I have not mentioned the distance time graph in the types of graphs, but I will also explain about it. So let's understand about. Now I will explain about different shapes of distance time graph. So there are 3 different shapes of distance time graph. First is straight line, second is parallel to time axis, and third is curve shape. So let's understand it by an example. So as you can see on your screen there is a distance time graph. So in this you can see I have measured the distance in meter and time in seconds, and there are 6 persons: Anish, Arun, Nitin, Abhay, Kumar and Adam. So Arun traveled 25 meters in 5 seconds, whereas the Anish traveled 40 meters in 4 seconds, and the Kumar travels 55 meters in 13 seconds, whereas the Abhay travelled 60 meters in 10 seconds, and the Nitin travelled 80 meters in 8 seconds, and the last is Adam, and he travelled 100 meters in 20 seconds. So from this graph I have explained how the distance time graph looks and how it is different from the line graph. So, and in this graph I have also written the scale, which is very important. In each and every graph we have to write the scale. So as you can see, the scale of x-axis is 1 second and the scale of y-axis is 10 meter. So as you can see, I have taken the 10 meters, means I have taken the 10 meters, and on the x-axis I have taken 1 seconds. So scale is very important, because without scale we can't, if any other people will see our graph, he will not understand our graph. So that's why it is very, very important. And you can see that there is a difference in distance time graph and line graph. That in the line graph there is a line which was straight, whereas in the distance time graph it is not straight, it is very in different shapes like this. So that's why it is not straight. So this is the difference in the line graph and the distance time graph. So this was the explanation of the science chapter number 13, and this was our second part of this chapter. And This is the end of our chapter, and I hope you understand the chapter very perfectly, and thank you for watching my video.